I think the best development came from in 2016. I decided to just leave the USA and go to Mexico, and my Spanish wasn't that great at the time. No one could understand me, but I just left to León, Guanajuato, which was the capital of shoes for Mexico, and also like for the continent. It's like the capital. So I went to León, and that's where I started learning about everything.
And you live
And
there, or you just went to visit?
uh, I mean, I was sleeping on the factory floors because I couldn't afford to keep buying hotels. So I was there for like 3 months. Yeah, so I started developing everything, and like my brother, he was here in Arizona, sleeping comfortably in his bed, and I was and I was out there in the trenches. But it was cool because I learned everything there, and in my beginning, I had so many mistakes. Like the shoe was too wide, the soles were too narrow. There was so many mistakes that I went through, and people that actually know the brand know that the V2 was like the failure of the brand. The V2 was the worst shoe I ever made. I'm embarrassed that ever even came out. The V2 is so bad that I have this guy, his name is Michael, and he's super cool. We've been talking for like 5 years now. He's like a fan of the brand, and he was telling me, he was like, honestly, man, when I bought the V2s, I quit on the brand, and I was like, I almost
Oh
quit
no.
too. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was so bad that I almost did quit, and then I came back, and I left Leon. I went to another city, and I made the V3s. And the V3.1, I didn't like them because the sole was still too narrow.
Mhm.
But I fixed it on the V3.2, which is the ones you have there, the gold with the white. Those are the V3.2s that came out at the end of 2017, I think September. I can't remember all the dates, but the thing is, it took 5 to 6 years of constantly making changes to get to today. So it wasn't like I went to a shoemaker and I was like, yeah, I like this and I like to know. It was like we would make them and I would wear them and I'd be like, okay, I don't like this. How can we fix it? And I was learning step by step. So now I can do everything myself.
Now, making these samples and having to travel and shipping, it's not cheap. So when you were talking about the V2s and like how you absolutely are embarrassed of this shoe and the not so positive responses from certain people, what kept pushing you to continue putting money into this brand rather than just being like, oh, I guess I'm shit out of luck. Guess this wasn't my thing. On to the next venture.
So what happened was since I left everything to pursue this, I was like, well, I
I
have to
have to
do it
make it
now.
work.
Yes. And also I had a lot of people that believed in me, primarily my grandparents from my mom's side, my mom and my dad. And I had a lot of people counting on me. So I was like, I didn't do all this to just quit. So I kept at it. And to this point where I am now, I can't believe where I came from because 2016 when I started developing shoes myself and the field didn't exist. I just made it up. I had I was like sleeping on the factory floors, which is crazy. And now I can say like I live in 4 different houses and I have like a car everywhere, so I can just fly there and I have a car and like. But before I was walking in Mexico like to make
Dang.
everything happen. Yeah.